Wanna stream some farm sim? I don't have farm sim, so technically no, and still no anyway, because I really don't want to. Ow. Farm sim gets the girls. Why do I care about getting girls again? I mean, sure, getting girls is nice, I guess, but why do I care again? I'm gonna stream farm sim just so that women can come to my stream. Of all different types, mind you. And most of them that probably don't live even remotely close to me. Sounds productive. Some girls have weird boobies though. Bet you didn't know that. It's a thing. A girl can have weird boobies. It's really weird, but it's possible. Ooh. Enemy killed out of nowhere, it seems. Weird how? Alright. Well, my friend, titties can come in all variations, to a degree at least. You can have wide boobies. You can also have more narrow ones that are like pear-shaped. And there's ones that are just balanced ones. The ones that generally are drawn in all the hentai magazines and shit, where they're not really wide, but they're a little wide on the front, and then they kind of make almost a teardrop in a way. Almost like a water balloon sitting in a tight sack. But it's a soft one though, really soft one. Now mind you, the water balloon itself isn't filled with water. It'd be filled with the fat glands and everything inside the breast. You know, it feels very soft, it's very squishy. Very fun. Very fun to play with. No. I was just making more of... Well, I mean, they're definitely not going to sag like a teardrop. I guess like a beginning of a teardrop, you could say. Not really the drop itself, but beginning of it. Like as it's forming. Think of it like that. That's, you know, generally how regular ones would look. But, I mean, they're, like I said, there's all different types. Some of them, some boobies have pimples on them. Really weird, I know, right? Some boobs have birthmarks on them. Some boobies actually have wrinkles. Can happen. Does happen, actually. Well, not always, but sometimes. Yeah. Boobs coming up. Are saggy boobs still good boobs? Well, I mean, if you're older and you're into that at that age, sure, it could be great. And I myself am not looking for saggy breasts, not really. I mean, saggy boobs can be useful, however, when it comes to maybe giving a boob job, per se. You know, hand job with tits. Could be useful for that. I mean, at least then you'd be a little easier to work with them, per se, you know? So, not all bad. What's the best boob for a motorboat? I would generally say, typically, depending on how big your face is. If your face is small, then a B-cup, honestly, might be able to do the trick for you. If your face is a little bigger, then B cup might not be big enough for you. It might not work at all. If your face is like average size, C cup I would say. C or D cup if you really just want to go all out. D cup for average to almost full adult size males, and then bigger guys require obviously enough like double D's and further. So it really just all depends on the size of body you are, size of your head obviously going into the boob that you're talking about the size of. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of factors that can go into it though. I have a big penis. Good AC cup. Get me off. You have a big penis. Why do I care about the length of your dick, dude? Well, are you trying to fit your whole dick within between both breasts, or are you just trying to have a solid length to, you know, stroke the dick with? If you're trying to just cover the whole, like, you know, smother it in there as if it were an actual vagina to a degree, I don't know the length of big. I mean, big can easily mean 8 inches to some people. Big can easily mean 12 inches to some people. I mean, I would expect big to be at least 8 inches or bigger, because if you're saying big penis and you only have a 6-inch penis, you're my size. I'm around 6-inch average. So, if you're 4 inches, you're not big at all. Unless you're just talking about the girth, I guess you could say, the width of it and everything. You're bigger than 4 inches? Okay, so you're bigger than 4 inches, but you're not saying bigger than 6. That means that you're about my size then. So, I mean, I would say honestly, the biggest problem is a B cup's a little too small to do a boob job on a penis. For motorboating, a B cup might work fine. Again, depends on the size of your face. If you're talking about for a dick job though, or for a boob job, smaller than 12, bigger than 4. I'm gonna guess 6 inches until you tell me otherwise, man. Yeah, so then, yeah, so for a boob job, you're probably looking at least a C cup or bigger. Boob jobs almost always require C cup or bigger. For motorboating, a B cup can work fine. It just all again depends on how big you are. If you're getting up there in size, just body-wise, as the dude, and she's not getting much bigger, then you won't be able to do motorboating. Not your best way to measure what, your dick? Well, you generally... Okay, so get to the position, I guess, of where the end of the front of the balls meet in terms of connecting to your crotch, and then that point forward would generally be starting the length of your penis, and then of course go to the tip. You generally of course want to measure when erect, because if you're not erect at all, then well, that defeats the purpose of freaking measuring, unless you just want to measure how big you are when you're soft, which wouldn't make any sense to me or anyone else, I don't think. Measure when soft, that's okay. Soft can vary too much in different sizes. Hard, generally one specific size though. Bigger than 4 big or soft? Oh, bigger than 4 big, 4 soft? Like I said, because when you're soft, I mean, it all depends on I wouldn't say how sexually active your mind is, but generally temperature of your body in general, if you're comfortable, if you're nervous, that kind of things, emotions, all that kind of stuff can affect that. So, I mean, if you're really happy, you're not generally thought pattern wise sexually active at that time. I mean, it can be reasonable length when soft, of course, but again, if you're really cold, it can easily shrink. If you're scared, penis length can shrink, all when you're soft again. It because it varies too much depending on factors and everything else.
If I am happy, my penis will be larger.
If you're happy, your penis might get bigger. Not going to get massive big to the point of sticking out, because it'll never do that. Instead, it'll only get bigger in length in terms of just hanging. Fair enough? Now, however, if you are starting to think sexual thoughts, then, of course, your penis is probably going to get a little bit larger and also actually stand up. So. And I'm sure you already know half this shit, so why are you almost making me explain sex ed to you? It was really weird. Feels like something I shouldn't be doing. Damn. You were asking about boobs, and then we went to how big boobs are good for, I think it was a hand job or some shit. I mentioned boob job because you were talking about it. Alright, well, I mean, I didn't exactly know you were even asking for it, so I just answered a general question. Ah, okay. Oh, whatever. We covered the subject, I guess. It just felt weird how far we'd gotten into it, and I kind of completely forgotten of how we'd even gotten into the conversation to begin with. So I'm like, what in the hell? How did we get here? It's almost like I awoke from sleeping after talking to you while in another state of mind entirely. It was really weird. Like, why are we talking about boobs and penis sizes and shit? It's just WTF. Why are we talking about this? Do we need to? A C cup can be large enough. It depends on the size of your pecker when it's hard. Simple as that. If your pecker happens to be a reasonable size, then a D cup might be better for you. A C cup would be reasonably okay for you if your pecker's average size to maybe a little large. But really big, and if you want to, you know, completely smother your penis, like, you know, vagina style pretty much, that would require probably a D cup if you're a bigger size. It's generally possible with, you know, average 6-inch size, but it's pretty big. Again, pretty big does not mean anything to me, dude. I need dick length. If you want to throw in girth size too, go ahead for it. I don't really care. But the penis size, the length of it is what I need. Otherwise, I don't know. But I have big hands. Get a ruler, dude. And if your penis length goes past the ruler, in terms of length, not width, then yeah. I do not need pictures nor want pictures of your penis, no. I trust you and your measuring of your own genitalia. Thank you so much for asking, though. Let me tell you.